So when I started reading this story, I'm like, Saladin Ahmed, this story might be a little bit far-fetched. Then I thought to myself, comics. Support this comic book series by visiting your LCS. My name is Doran, this is SEO Comics. We're continuing our coverage of Age of Revelation with The Last Wolverine. Number 1. Our story starts off X years from now. Can't we just say 10 years in the future? Like, it's 10 years in the future. In Vancouver. It is not in the Revelation territories because the Revelation territories are on the East Coast. Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken, is on the left coast. And there is a building on fire, and in one of the apartments, there is a brother and sister, older sister, younger brother, that are trapped. And the older sister is telling the brother it's okay, we should be able to make it out of here. But all of a sudden, the ceiling's about to collapse on them. So the sister's like, get underneath me, I'll protect you. And the younger brother's like, but you'll die. But all of a sudden, somebody says, nobody's dying tonight, bub. Now, I don't know how the hell he became a Wendigo again, because I thought he was cured of that. But he's a Wendigo again. And he's being called the Wonderful Wolverine. Leonard is the Wonderful Wolverine. So he is a legit monster. Yet and still, the people in Vancouver love him. There's some weird people in Vancouver. Now, as the Wendigo, he can now speak perfect English. I guess a lot could change and take years. And he's even cracking jokes. But he also gets there in the nick of time because the ceiling does cave in, and he's there to let the ceiling fall on top of him, and he protects the kids. So he's protecting them from the fire, but there's still smoke, so they pretty much die of smoke inhalation. They're coughing their butts off. So since one ceiling collapsed, he might have started collapsing all the other ones, which for him is the floor. And that's what he does. He just breaks through until he gets all the way downstairs to the basement where there's no fire. But then the rest of the building collapsed right on top of him. And he was able to keep the kids safe again, even though that is a lot of rubble on top of him. So he maneuvers it to the point where he can start clawing his way out of there by like digging up. And while they're doing that, the kids, or actually the little boy, is asking him a question like, how did he become the Wonderful Wolverine? So now we get a flashback. Now, for those of you that's been keeping track of either reading the Wolverine book or watching my videos, then you know how Leonard became a Wendigo. So I'm not going to rehash that. If you don't know, link to the playlist is in the description. Now, I thought the curse was cured and he wasn't going to be a Wendigo anymore, but I guess he still has a curse. Somehow, some way, over the years, he learned how to transform in and out of the form, which is news to me. I thought you either stay the Wendigo or the curse is over and you'll never become a Wendigo again, but I guess that's wrong. Anyway, he got to the point where he is now Wolverine's sidekick. Then we cut back to present day, and then Leonard saying, until things change. Right at that moment, he punches out the basement and he saves the kids. So as he's walking the kids out, they're like, hey, check it out. It's Wolverine. He's like a damn celebrity at this place. Like, it makes no sense. He takes them to the paramedics. They ask about their mom. He lets them know that, hey, their mom got out and she's at the hospital and she's just waiting on them. But, you know, they had to treat her a little bit. And then the little boy says, hey, you never finished your story. So then we cut to the Revelation territories where Leonard is meeting with Logan. Now, Logan is in his angel of death form. Now, he ain't saying nothing because he's like Lil Wayne and he feels like real G's moving silence like a Zanya. Not really, he's brainwashed. And Leonard's doing all the talking, and then he kind of figures out that, yeah, he's brainwashed. Because Wolverine pops those claws out of nowhere and it starts attacking Leonard. And he's evading them, but he does get a good shot in on Leonard. Leonard's still ducking him, and he's still trying to reason with him. But then with his left hand, he gets all three of them claws right in Leonard's gut. And Leonard don't know what to do. Wolverine goes, I do. Well, he didn't say it because he doesn't talk in this form. He picks up Leonard and he throws him off the building. And Leonard falls all the way down. And he hits the pavement hard. He should be street pizza. But somehow, some way, he survived it. Somehow, some way. He's a Wendigo. Of course he survived. So pretty much since he survived and he didn't want Wolverine to come looking for him, He left the Revelation territories and moved to Vancouver, where now he's a damn celebrity. Everybody loves him, including the fire chief. They talk for a little bit. The fire chief is wondering if he's a kid because I guess a few of the people want to take him out for drinks. Leonard has to let him know that yes, I am of drinking age, but unfortunately I'm late for dinner. So he jumps off. Does a fly off because, windows can't fly, so he jumps. You guys know what I'm talking about. So he's jumping home. Well, at least I thought he was jumping home, and everybody saying, hey, it's the wonderful Wolverine. Then Wendigo flying through the sky, and everybody's like, it's the wonderful Wolverine. It's a crazy story. So he gets to a house. Let me tell you something. A Wendigo jumping through the sky in Vancouver is not the craziest thing in this story. What's on the next page, that is the craziest thing in this story. Because Nightcrawler comes to the door. Yeah, I know. Lord have mercy. Like, what in the hell? That ain't my Nightcrawler. No. Good and goddamn, that's my Nightcrawler. Like, I didn't know how much I needed that blue in my life. Holy crap. That looks like a Halloween costume. Not when he's blue. That, my goodness. Like, I don't even know what celebrity he looked like. But Jesus Christ, that don't look right. Now, to my knowledge, the X virus doesn't affect mutants. So why does Nightcrawler look like that? I have no unearthly idea. Eventually, we're going to find out why, but we don't find out in this book. But yeah, I just don't understand. The reason why he's wearing his uniform, because why would he need to wear a uniform that looks like that, is he wanted to prove to his daughter that he was a superhero too, or used to be a superhero too. And then his daughter comes in and it's like, Wolverine. And then we see that even though Nightcrawler looks crazy, at least he still has good sense, because he married Mackenzie from Louisiana, which he needed to. I just wifed that woman up. She was wifey material from the jump. Her kids from the Uncanny X-Men book are now teenagers because, 10 years has passed. And this little girl is Nightcrawler and Mackenzie's kid. And she's pissed at Wolverine because he missed dinner. But they did save him plate and he tears it up. And Nightcrawler's like, man, it is crazy how you eat just like him. Talking about Logan. So anyway, they get talking, and of course Nightcrawler was there when Leonard was going through what he was going through. And he was saying, yeah, but Logan taught me this, taught me that. Then it got to the point where I don't have to eat people anymore. And then Nightcrawler's kid hears that and she's like, eat people? And then they got to change the subject and go back, and I was like, oh no, we didn't mean that, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's exactly what he meant. Like, yes, your hero used to eat people. Well, he never ate anybody, but I guess his friend to become a Wendigo. You know what? Let's just move on. So his phone rings, and I know Leonard's like, thank God. Look, I gotta take this. And he was like, oh, look, it wasn't a phone call. Somebody broke into my apartment. So somebody is going to have a bad day. I gotta go. See you guys later. Goodbye. So he gets to his apartment, and he sees his window open. So as he climbs inside of the building, he's like, yep, somebody's going to get my big, furry, white Wendigo foot up their ass as soon as I find out who it is. He goes into the room, and he's like, I can't believe you're still here. Like, you would think you would get the hell out of here once you realize whose apartment you broke into. And who's ever there is like, are you serious? Like, I hope you don't bring any women over, because this place is disgusting. Like, do you really live like this? And then we see on the last page that it is Vindicator. And she says, hey, I know it's been a while, but I have found a way to save Wolverine. The real Wolverine, like Logan, not you. Him.